Hello, everyone. We're back again today with episode 7 of our series where we help you prepare for that upcoming Kent test. Now, today is one of my favorites. It's a spatial reasoning question type that we call puzzle pieces. And the reason it's one of my favorites is because arguably this is one of the hardest question types. But I think with the strategies that I'm about to show you today, it becomes maybe one of the easiest, or at least a lot easier anyway. So let's dive straight in. What is this question all about? Well, it's quite simple, really. We're given a shape on the left, the whole shape. Followed by an equal sign, and then we're given part of that shape. You could call it a piece of the shape. But you'll notice that some of that original shape is missing. And our job is to simply find the piece of the puzzle that, when combined with this shape, gets us back to the original one. But of course, there's lots of tricks. And also, you might notice the answers are rotated as well, which just adds in another layer of difficulty. So let's go through my strategy. My strategy involves this down here. Number 1, draw the cut. And what I mean by that is you need to identify where this shape has been cut into more than one piece. And for this one, I can draw it right here. I can show you what I mean. It's this cut line right here. And what we want to do is actually draw that cut back onto the original piece, because it will make it very visually clear what extra piece we're looking for. So let's do that. And the beauty is the shapes, as you notice, are always the exact same size and right next to each other. So we can simply drag our eyes along. I'll do a dot just to show you where my eyes are going right now. And I'm going to find that same point, which I've marked here with the second dot. I'll get rid of these. And I'm paying very close attention now to the angle as well. The angle of this line, to me, it looks like about 45 degrees, maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to try and copy that line. I'm looking back and forth with my eyes. I'm going to copy that cut in. Now I'm looking at that, I'm assessing it all the time, I'm thinking that's pretty accurate. Now here's the cool part. Because it's the original shape, we've got the cut line, but we can also see the rest of the piece. So I know if I draw around this here, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Now another strategy involves actually trying to draw in the rest yourself. But what we often find children do is they actually draw it wrong, and then they're looking for a piece that isn't quite correct. So my strategy today is going to revolve heavily around exactly this. Draw in the cut. We did that. Draw around the missing piece. I've just done that in red. And now we just need to remember that this piece could be rotated when we're looking for it. So let's have a look. Could A be this piece? Well, I can already tell from the length of the curve and also the fact that there are 2 right angles here, and there aren't 2 right angles in mine, that this can't be the piece. B's got 2 curved sides. It can't be. C, actually, if we just tilt our head slightly, we imagine this was rotated around a little bit, looks exactly like what we're looking for. C is the answer. Before I go any further, if you are a parent looking for some Kent test preparation this year for your child, then look no further. We're offering a free first week in September if you sign up today. Okay, so we've got a strategy. Let's now see if it works on a different question. Now, fortunately, sometimes the cuts are really easy. If you look at this one, it's just a straight line, a straight vertical line going through the middle. And you'll notice we've got a nice clue as to where it cuts as well, because we've got a little bit of distance here and here before it starts cutting. So it doesn't cut right on these corners here. We can see that it cuts a little bit more in, perhaps here to here. So now I've jotted out roughly where I think that cut is. I'm going to go ahead and go right the way through. So look at that. Step number 1, done. Draw the cut. Now let's draw around the piece we're actually looking for. So the piece we're looking for is on the right-hand side here. I'm drawing around it. You can do the same if you have a paper version of this, which you will do in your test. And that's exactly what we're looking for. I think it should be quite easy now. I reckon if you're looking at the options, you've probably already spotted the answer before I even get there. So quite clearly, not A, because there's a curved piece here. B is looking very promising. I'm just going to check the others to make sure I'm not being silly, but it quite clearly looks like this. C has not got the little lines in it. D, no, it does not have that massive sort of triangular shape there. And E, can you see the trick there between B and E? E is the exact same shape, except if I rotated this around, you'd notice that it's a mirror image of B. Now, fortunately, B is quite close to the rotation we already want, so it's not hard for us just to turn it in our minds a tiny bit more. So B is the answer. E is a very, very good trap answer. Hopefully you're getting the hang of this now, but I just wanted to show you that you can use the other strategy that I briefly mentioned at the start of this video, which is not necessarily to draw the cut in, but actually to go ahead to the piece that's missing something and draw in the original shape. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes that's actually a better option. And this is an example of that. And the reason is because the original shape is really simple. It's just a rectangle. Whereas the cut on this, which goes all the way down here like this, the cut is actually quite complex. And I've looked at this question and assessed in my head that it would be easier for me to just redraw the rectangle and see what the piece looks like that way. So I'm going to do that. It should be quite simple to finish drawing this rectangle back like this. So there we go. We're back to our original shape. And what I can do is I can still draw over that cut line and complete the first 2 steps there in a slightly different way. I've drawn that missing piece by filling in the rest of the original shape. Now, like I said, this only works if the original shape's really simple, but the cut line is quite difficult. In most case scenarios, the other strategy is better. So now we're looking for this shape, again, knowing that it could be rotated. A doesn't look right, even if I rotated it. B can't be right because we don't have this point anywhere. C, again, C can't be right because we don't have this point pointing out anywhere. We do have a piece coming into the shape, just in this corner here, but not going out. So C is not right. D is looking pretty promising, and I can quickly assess that D is the correct answer because E, again, looks nothing like what we're looking for. So D is our answer, and we use the kind of reverse strategy for that question. So, of course, with all of our videos, it's now your turn. Now, of course, the best way to do these questions is to have it in front of you and able to draw. But perhaps you can be inspired by some of our strategies today and still have a go at the question on the screen. Tell us in the comments, would you draw in the original shape here because you think that's easier? Or would you draw the cut line onto the first shape and do it that way and draw around your piece? Let us know what you would do. And also, if you manage to work out the answer, even just via the screen today, then let us know what you got for that as well. As always, thank you for tuning in. Do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends if you can. It does help us reach more people and help more people in this crucial time leading up to the Kent test. We'll see you in video 8 soon.